So we're gonna go ahead and work on the meta list for the First Descendant. So this is just going to be a general meta list, and we're gonna put all the Descendants in order based on what we think their spot is in the current meta. Basically, to start out with, let's go ahead and let's start getting some names on this board, right? So what are we thinking here? Jaber's obviously going to be at the top. Serena's going to be at about a C. Everybody else is going to be basically unusable. Is that how we want to start this? Like, do you just want to ship it this way? Looks like you tuned in at the right time. Yeah, I need you guys' help. I need your guys' help to help me figure out what we're gonna organize this for the meta tier list. I'd say make it somewhat believable. There, it's believable, right? All right, let's try to get a little bit serious on this. What's this for? Just like general meta. This is just gonna be a general meta. The general meta for all around Descendant. So I think that you have to weigh the pros and cons of them being in the meta as just a general Descendant. With the way the sandbox is currently set up, I don't think that you have to prioritize having a bossing Descendant and having a mobbing Descendant like you used to maybe 6 months ago. Let's do something like this. Let's put Inez at A. Here's the problem. Is anybody really on Inez's level? Like, you can't put Inez and Serena on the same level. Valby and Bunny are A tier due to their buffs now. Glade just stomps everything as well, holding down the trigger. She's also got a buff. She did get a buff, but I don't think she's on the same level. With one death in the room, Glade can kill groups from range. You know what though? Honestly, with her unstable life, she's pretty strong, right? Glade's unstable life is pretty good, right? But it takes setup, and Bunny doesn't take any setup. You guys are thinking that Inez and Valby are on the same level. You think because of Valby's versatility, she is as strong in the meta as Inez. Okay. Glade's explosive life is on par with Contagion. Because I think that Glay is sort of on par with Bunny. Bunny lacks versatility. I mean, her energy condenser, she's not very good at bossing, right? Like, Bunny is definitely more of a one-trick pony, where she is really good at mobbing, but that's about it, right? Like, she does have energy condense, but you can't keep 100% uptime on it. It's not quite as good. You can't really build into it. Maybe put like this. Maybe put this down here. Bunny is B at best. How's Bunny B tier? Dude slept when the patch dropped. Bunny is now the new Inez. Do you think Bunny is as versatile as Inez is? But like, if I was to go in and just spam Inez's 1, would I kill bosses faster using Inez's 1 than I would using Bunny's kit? So are we thinking that Inez isn't an A anymore? Because you guys are saying you think this. Some people are saying this. Other people are saying this. Inez on A is good. All right, so I'm gonna move Bunny to D right now because we need more talk on Bunny, right? So what about Viessa? Viessa's an all-arounder. I feel like I need another letter. I feel like we need a double S. I feel like we need it. I feel like we need an additional row because, like, we can't just go everything below Viessa is on par with Jaber, right? Jaber needs his own tier. I mean, I feel like Jaber and Kyle are about in the same spot. I think we're gonna hold on Bunny because I think Bunny might be the straw that breaks the community's back. You don't see Inez above A, honestly. All right. So let's do this. What are we talking about? There's a conversation that Inez is not in a tier on her own. Like, that Inez is not above Valby, Freyna, and Glay. This isn't a finalized list, but we're just kind of moving some numbers around. So I think we talked about Sharon. Explosive. Thank you for the resub. Thank you for the 2 months, mate. Thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. I do this full time, so that goes a long way in making sure that I can eat food. So thank you very, very, very much for the support. All right, so right now these two are contentious. I'm just gonna put them down here in D tier for right now. Yo, Manny, thank you very, very, very much for your Prime.
Subscribed with Prime.
Thank you very, very, very much for the support. Thank you for supporting me and thank you for supporting the channel. Again, those go a long way to making sure I can eat. Thank you very, very, very much for the support. Lepic, he's a support. He doesn't really do anything. Eugen's not very good. Luna's okay. I mean, like, I feel like Luna's support status kind of puts her at A. But her mobbing is just kind of B because she's slow. Keelan's a pretty good mobber, but he's not really a great bosser, so I think B probably works there. I feel like Haley's really fallen out of the meta. Came over from YouTube. Y'all need to stop talking with y'all's feelings. Frayne and Inez are in a tier by themselves. No one can nuke spawns like those two can. Serena, we don't need to talk about. Boss mob, everything. I think that the goal here is to think about them overall in their spot in the meta. I love getting everybody involved in this because it's interesting to see. You think Bunny is the fastest mobber? It depends, right? It depends on if you're moving through the game or not. Here's our choice. I can leave it like this, and I can put her up here. But I think a lot of people feel like Bunny is better than both of these Descendants right now, and not maybe as good as her. So the other option, her damage is not as good. The other option would be to do something like this. See, your whole A tier is the same as stage. Maybe Freyna's one stage lower. Bunny can't boss like Freyna. Freyna's better at mobbing and bossing than Bunny. I think that rate as you like, it's your tier list, just stating your thoughts. And that's why I'm trying to discuss with everybody, right? We're trying to discuss with everybody and come up with just like a good list. The only place that I think Freyna would beat Bunny would be in defense. So if you were doing like Spec Ops defense, I think Freyna does better there. But since most of the game is moving and traversing, I think that Freyna beats Bunny. Or I think that Bunny beats Freyna. Luna is one that I'm really hard with because I don't know that I think Luna is as good as these three. But like, and the reason I say that is her ability to buff is second to none, but you don't need it. And her mobbing isn't that good. So while she can take like non-crit Descendants, turn them into crit Descendants, take crit Descendants, make them perform better, it's not really needed. Hard when you generalize everything on that individual category. It is. That's why I'm trying to like do this in the best possible way. Luna's dependent on what you ask because she used to be massively speedruns. Outside that, people don't need her. No one's pairing with Serena. You think Luna's A? Because the average player sucks with Luna. Luna's niche. She's a C. She requires more input than others. That's why I think she's kind of like in the B and not necessarily a C, because she can be a C. She can be a C or she can be an A. You think Enzo's a B? Self-supply and can mob? You mob with Enzo? Because I think like Enzo's really, like Enzo's got some pretty decent, and he can mob. Nevertheless, everyone agreed Jaber's in his own tier. Do we need to move Jaber to his own tier so I can actually utilize D tier? Kyle's rated way too low. I disagree wholeheartedly. He's just clunky. If they gave him more range on his shoulder charge to where you could use it to mob with, he would feel better. But that's why I'm crowdsourcing you guys. Kyle's B tier? Kyle's not B tier. There's no way Kyle's B tier. Kyle's minimum B tier? I don't believe that. I could move Kyle up. Bombing build, he can mob. I'll at least move him up. I'll move him to C. Kyle's not on par with Sharon. I can go in and one shot on Sharon on like most of the Abyss, or like most of the like the Colossus battles with ATAMs and Invis Sniper, and I can use her spin to win and sprint through maps without ever stopping. It's wild here. That's half of the fun though. Y'all aren't serious right now. Half of it's trolling and half of it's people being serious. I feel like this is based off a bikini contest. Haley's rated too high. All the damage don't help if you're the last one arrived to the party. I do feel like she's kind of been hurt. Like, if I was to pitch this as a meta list for people to build, I feel like you will clear mobs faster with Ajax than you will with Haley. I'm okay with not making Kyle in the same tier as Jaber. Enzo's not like really cucked with the move speed, and he can use unlimited restored relic, so I can see the usefulness in him. Plus, he can supply ammo to other people. Enzo's like Eugen's proliferating allergies nice, but it sucks if you miss. Lepic is like, Enzo is better than Lepic. We need another one. We need another one. We need this. Okay, J tier. Okay. You'd rather play Jaber than Eugen? Eugen's B tier or higher. He isn't much for fighting, but he's definitely top notch for support. But nobody needs the support, BK. That's the only problem. Eugen's J tier? Oh my god, dude. That'll definitely get some bad comments. If you put Ajax at B, yeah, we're starting to get like a bottleneck. How's Haley higher than Enzo? I do think that you might be better off to do this. Haley should be like top 3 bossers, but she's just so bad at everything else right now. I mean, she's not like so bad, but I do agree that until they fix her move speed, she's kind of fucked. And that's where I'm at. She's capable in Purge. Blair's definitely C. Can we all agree that we do like Blair? He had some really good buffs, but his range is really bad. Like, you're not really using him for like Purge. You're not really using him in any crazy content. Like, he's just not in a good spot, even though he's been buffed. Like, him versus Ajax isn't the same. If Blair's C, then you can also move Sharon down. All right. So if I'm moving Sharon down, if they're not on the same level, I have a hard time saying these two are on the same level, because each one of these guys has a little bit of a strength and a little bit of a weakness. And I feel like Inez has less weakness, because I just proved Inez against a Field Colossus, and I can take Inez out and run her bossing or mobbing, and she's still going to smoke. In your eyes, Blair, Sharon up, and Keelan and Luna down. I'm not unhappy with that idea. What do you guys think? I think once Ultimate Luna comes out, then Luna's going to move higher. But, like, her mobbing's kind of in a bad spot because she mobs so slow. Because of how slow she mobs, it makes her, like, not be able to keep up in mobbing. So basically the only thing she's, like, really useful in right now is buffing. But the only thing you need her to buff for is super high tier content. And I do like Keelan, but like as a bosser and stuff, he's like, he can do okay damage at like into 400 bosses, but if you take him into like intercept battle, or not intercept, but if you take him against Colossus, he doesn't do very, very well. I just hate moving Luna down at all. Ajax should be at the bottom of B tier, or not on the B tier at all. He's just not that great. Should we move him to C and then Luna up to B just because of her support abilities? Even though it's like general meta, she is like, if you were to say like, give me 5 Descendants to build, Luna would be on there. So how about this? Serena's all by herself, and then Inez.
Hey, listen.
Grandma at the top. Tier list, can we agree Nexon just needs to nerf 2 specific characters? I mean, you realistically could just nerf 1. If you nerf this character, Inez is not that far outside of these guys. There is an actual argument that could be made that Glay can mob. Like, Glay is almost on par with Inez right now. Valby is really strong, but she doesn't have the range to mob. Freyna can mob really well, but she just can't boss as well as Inez. And then Ultimate Bunny, it will just clear the room and be gone before you ever get there. S and A are really close. Like, this is really close. You could make a conversation for just moving Inez down and getting rid of S tier. But the problem is, there are some of these Descendants that I think are like with Inez and some of them that aren't, and in ways that are kind of rough. We'll do other ones. What is the object of this tier list? Guide new players or not? Yeah, I think that if you're a new player or a returning player, or you're somebody that's got like, you know, not hundreds or thousands of hours in, and you're just, I'm trying to figure out, I want to know a snapshot of where the meta currently is. And I can look at this to know what Descendants I should be considering building. Because we'll do like a support list and stuff afterwards, and it'll change things up. But I'd say Luna has an actual use case where Ajax is mainly the tank and has no use case in the meta. Yeah, I mean, like, as a tank, Ajax has no use. But as a mobber, he's okay. Do we think Ajax goes back to B? Why is Enzo up there? Enzo can do self-sustain on Unlimited Restored Relic. So he can do, like, Restored Relic with unlimited ammo and a bunch of other things with additional damage. He's useful for bossing. He's useful for other things. Jumping jacks or shout jacks? Ajax is bottom B like Enzo. All right, so here's the question. Do Keelan or Ajax, either one need to go up? Ajax up, top of C. How about top of C? Top of C or bottom or B? It's like right there. He's like right on the line. He's like right on the line. What do you guys think about this? For just last time you saw Kyle's in 2023 in the beta. What about this? For just a general tier list. So if you're a new player, you're a returning player, you're somebody with, you know, sub 100 hours in the game, and you're like, hey, I just want an idea of which Descendants I should be looking at in just in general. So how about this? This is what I'll do. This is what I'll do with everybody in chat. So if you want Ajax to be B tier, put a 1 in chat. If you want Ajax to be C tier, put a 2 in chat. And then I will go off of that and I will make the change based on the consensus of the community. Okay? Based on what the community says. So this is 100% like on the community, right? No fucking double voting either. I want no fucking double votes. Cheaters. I'm seeing a lot of 2s, chat. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. Poll? I don't know. I mean, my eyeballs do work. There's a lot. You guys want a poll? Trey, do you want to do a poll? You're seeing a lot of ads now? We don't need a fucking poll. It's a lot of 2s. I'm seeing a lot of 2s. I'm seeing a lot of 2s, chat. Across like YouTube and Twitch, I'm seeing a lot of fucking 2s, chat. That's a lot of 2s. You're half listening. What's 2? 2 is for him to stay in C, and 1 is for Ajax to move up to the bottom of B. So if we leave it, if we use a 2, he stays at the very top of C, and if he's a 1, he's the very bottom of B. So, based on this, the 2s have it. There were a lot of 2s in chat. There were a lot of 2s. Fabio. There were a lot of 2s in chat. I don't think chat's probably going to want to reorder this very much. Other than Vol. If it was Vol, we would be up here. Eugen's proliferating allergy, though, it's just not good. Eugen's proliferating allergy, just... If this is what I will say, and I will say this in all honesty. If Eugen's proliferating allergy was more like Freyna's, to where it was forgiving and halfway decent, I would probably put Eugen a lot higher on this list. Haley's better than Esmo at mobbing. I'm gonna take Purge into account here, because the only reason she's not higher is because she's slow as fuck. If she wasn't slow as fuck, she would be higher on this list. Once Haley arrives, she's better. Yeah, like once her Uber gets there, she's all right. But you just got to wait for her Uber. He's just not good at mobbing. We've got a build for him where you can like spam his 4 and it works okay, but the radius on it's not like really great and really forgiving. So I think this is a good list, guys. I think this is a good list. I think this is a good sort of general tier list that new and returning players and players who don't have, you know, hundreds of thousands of hours in the game can kind of look at to get a good idea of the different descendants they should be looking to build and when they should be looking to build them for general content. Just doing general things, whether you want to do Purge, whether you want to do Void Vessel, whether you want to do Sigma Sector, 400s. This is a pretty good list to give you an idea of the descendants you should be looking at building for general content. We had a lot of fun putting this together in chat. I am sure the comments are going to be interesting. Hopefully you made it through the whole video, and let me know down in the comments below if you think we need to make some changes. Once there's a shake up to the sandbox, we'll definitely be revisiting it and doing it again. So come over and see us on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube. Make sure that you can find my channel so you can see the next video.